Good morning, or depending on when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told, out of OHKO. So today, we're going to be taking a look at a new Eelektrik. And I know that might seem a little bit weird, because Eelektrik is not a fully evolved Pokemon, and we don't often look at non-fully evolved Pokemon, evolving Pokemon, you could say. But I tell you what, this boy kind of earned it. Now, we have already had a look at Eelektross. I will pop a link to that video in the description. But to start off having a little bit of a look at Eelektrik, and let's not forget, this is not the first time we've ever been excited about an Eelektrik on its own. Let's not forget that Eelektrik was, from Noble Victories, maybe the best Pokemon we had at the time. Certainly one of the best. So anyway, this new Eelektrik has got 90 HP, which is very low. It's got a weakness to fighting, which means a Buzzwole with a Diancie Prism Star will get a fairly straightforward, fairly easy one-hit KO. This is a bad start. It's got a retreat cost of 2, which means something like U-Turn Board will not give you free retreat. That's not a good thing. But it does have a resistance to metal, which is quite nice. Always nice to have a resistance. And it's a lightning Pokemon. And ladies and gentlemen, lightning Pokemon at the moment are very, very good. You have Thunder Mountain, that's not really going to help you, unfortunately, because you're attacking for a single energy. But you can accelerate energy using Tapu Koko Prism Star that puts 1 energy each to 2 of your bench Pokemon. That's going to help. And you've got Electro Power, which means you can do 30 extra damage. That's going to help. Now, our translation for Eelektrik here does come from the lovely Joe over at Cerebi.net. Plus what I managed to cobble together with bitterly old Google Translate. And it has only 1 attack, but for 1 lightning energy, you discard all lightning energy attached to this Pokemon, and this attack does 30 damage for each energy discarded in this way. That's actually kind of good. You can get an awful lot of damage going here very, very quickly. This is let's pile energy on, and let's smash. It's not a million miles away from Blacephalon. Now, Blacephalon can discard energy from anywhere, not just from Eelektrik. And it can discard as many as it likes. And as many of you have probably already realized, it doesn't discard it lost zones. And yeah, Blacephalon is 50 times, not 30 times. But Blacephalon is also a GX that gives up 2 prizes, so I'm kind of alright with that. And the thing is, you can build this up very, very quickly. You can attach 1 energy with a Tapu Koko, and then attach a second energy from your hand, and then you're just doing 60 and getting a straight one-hit KO on a whole bunch of evolving Pokemon. Think something like an Inkay. But then you could get 2 energy on there. I know it's the same amount. And then you're getting a one-hit KO on a Zapdos. Or even 1 energy on there with an Electro Power, and that will get a one-hit KO on a Zapdos because they're weak. Now, something like a Jirachi, you will need a 3rd energy, unfortunately. A little bit sad. But if you get, say, 4 energy on and discard them, you're doing 120. Now, there are a whole bunch of Pokemon out there like Buzzwole that have 130 rather than 120, which is a little bit sad. But 3 will get you Malamar, and Malamar's basically everywhere at the moment. But you can just go further, and it's difficult to go further, I'll give you that. But if you get, say, 6 energy on here, well, that's 180. There's a Blacephalon. 7 energy on here, 210. There's your Naganadel. 8 energy on here, 240. That's your Pikachu and Zekrom. 9 energy on here, and that's 270. There's Celebi and Venusaur. And 10 energy on means you can even get Magikarp and Wailord. Now look, I don't expect you to be getting 10 energy on here and discarding them all. But I am saying that you can. And this is a non-GX Pokemon. It only gives up a single prize. So maybe as a one-shot deal, it's worth piling all the energy on there. The thing is, we've got plenty of ways to accelerate energy when we're talking about lightning types. Now, I mentioned Thunder Mountain. Thunder Mountain doesn't really work here because you're not adding energy, you're reducing the energy cost. But here, the energy cost is 1. You really want to be adding energy on. We've talked about Tapu Koko, and that will work. And we've also got Pikachu and Zekrom. Now, I'm not a huge fan of Pikachu and Zekrom in the traditional sense. So, Full Blitz does 150 for free energy, and then you get to attach free lightning energy from your deck to one of your Pokemon. It's kind of cool. Problem is, if you do this to Eelektrik, you've got 90 HP. Now, to be fair, as I've explained in a couple of videos, post-rotation, our gusting options are a lot worse. We're losing Guzma, for instance, and we're losing Pokemon Catcher, and we're basically losing all the best ones. So, yes, you stand more of a chance of keeping it on the field, but it's still not perfect. But there are a couple of weirder things I like here. I mean, look, clearly in a Magnezone deck, I'm a bit of a fan of this because Magnezone lets you attach as many lightning energy as you like. And look, I know that there are other Pokemon that can deal damage more efficiently. For instance, Pikachu and Zekrom, free energy 150, Eelektrik, free energy 90. Although, again, you give up one prize rather than 3. Thing is, Pikachu and Zekrom cannot one-hit KO a Celebi and Venusaur. This can one-hit KO a Celebi and Venusaur. And it's a lot, but it can do it. But there are some weirder things I quite like here. One of the things I really like here is the new Electrode, or I suppose I should say the newest Electrode. It came out a little while ago now. It came around in Team Up, and it's got a rather redonkulous ability. When you play this Pokemon from your hand to evolve one of your Pokemon, you may move any number of lightning energy from your Pokemon to your other Pokemon in any way that you like. So if you've used Pikachu and Zekrom, and you've used Full Blitz a couple times, there's a bunch of lightning energy hanging around, and then you've used Tapu Koko Prism Star to get a couple energy on the field, and then you move it all over to Eelektrik, this can work. It's kind of like how we used to play Mewtwo a little bit, whereby you just move all the energy over, and you smash one last time to win the game. But bearing in mind, we are in the age of Tag Team GXs. So one big smash could be for free prizes, and yeah, a lot of the time, free prizes will be enough to win you the game. I mean, Mewtwo we used to play back then with Shaman, which would just move all the energy over for one last smash with Mewtwo. And I'm not saying you have to, but I am saying that it's a little bit of an option. It's kind of cool. Now, the other thing I quite like here is, again, fairly awkward to get rolling, but Tag Switch. You see, Tag Switch is a new item which is going to be in Unified Minds, like this card, and it allows you to move 2 energy from a tag team Pokemon to somebody else. And remember that Pikachu and Zekrom use their GX attack for a whopping 6 energy, but then they only need 3 energy on to continue attacking because they can't use their GX attack again. Well, hey, Eelektrik will happily take them off your hand. And that's where I'm kind of going with this. One of the biggest issues I find is that Eelektross, the big selling point here, other than having my name in its name, is that if you've got 4 or more lightning energy in play, you can put it straight onto your bench and move as many energy over as you like. Or to put it another way, you don't need to play Eelektrik to play Eelektross. And that might be one of the better uses for it. The thing is, this is still a really interesting Pokemon. It's not probably a build a deck around it kind of Pokemon, but I certainly think that using it as an option for just piling energy on and smashing, that I could get absolutely in favour of. So let's say, ladies and gentlemen, 3 Wassies. The kind of Pokemon you need to have in your binder because you never know when you might want to chuck it into a deck. And if you use this correctly, this could be a great game ender in Lightning decks as long as you've got either a way to accelerate lots of energy quickly, think Magnezone, or a way to move a lot of energy over to it quickly, think Electrode. But I would very much like to know what you think about Eelektrik, so please do let me know in the comment section. Go nuts! Be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWassie, and Twitch for some live action at twitch.tv patreon.com/PTCGRadio. If you want to support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all that, head on over to patreon.com/PTCGRadio, where you can do exactly that. And please do make sure you're checking out youtube.com/WhatsYPlays, where we talk about games that don't have Pokemon in. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves till next time. Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.